First topic today, we are going to go through a CBS Sports article that I found really interesting over the weekend. It's college basketball's top position battles. And we did something similar, I want to say, maybe like a month ago, where we went through all of the teams we cover on a day-to-day basis, like 12 of them, and try to come up with the biggest like question mark in the starting lineup. There's some overlap here, and then there's some that we haven't raised at all. So thought it'd be fun to go through these. There's six of them, and this comes from the one and only Isaac Trotter, who does sensational work. And Trotter kind of lays out his case for who he thinks is competing, and then gives the early favorite on who he expects or thinks right now is out in front of it. So we'll go through all six of these. Reminder, if you want the full article with all of the awesome analysis of Isaac Trotter, go get that on cbssports.com and follow Isaac to support all of his awesome work. But we'll go through each of these six. I'll read the names, and then we can predict who we think will win, starting with who is Duke's PG1. And Trotter's contenders are Caleb Foster and Caden Boozer. Who do you think wins?
I think with where we're at, you have to say Caleb Foster at the moment. Any footage we get, it looks like he's with the starters for the most part. So I think you have to go Caleb Foster. I do think it's relying a lot on a pretty big Caleb Foster leap, though.
So I'm going to frame my answers to this a little differently. You can do whatever you want. I am going to go with at the end of the season, who's the winner?
Oh, can I name a name that Trotter didn't?
You could, sure.
Dominic Sarr starts at point guard to end the season.
I don't think they would do that. If they do that, I think it would be Cam Boozer playing like jumbo point, which would
Yeah.
actually be fascinating to watch. Um, so I think the fact that this is even a question says all you need to say about Caleb Foster. If Caleb Foster was not a question, this isn't even on the list. Instead, it's the number one position battle in America. Let me interpret that and paraphrase it for you. Is Caleb Foster any good? Is he the same guy he was last year? Because if he is, he ain't winning the battle. I think the fact that that's being presented as an option should terrify Duke fans. For that reason, I'm going to lock in Cade Boozer as the winner of this. I bet by March he is the starting point guard.
All I think about when it comes to Caleb Foster is I think it was like my second day ever on the channel. I said, yeah, Caleb Foster can shoot a little bit, play a little defense, and Duke fans like clip me and freak out. Turns out I was wrong. They were correct that I was wrong. He can't do either.
Maybe he'll have a bounce back. I don't know. But yeah, just the fact that that's the big, it shouldn't be a question. If he was good, it wouldn't be a question. It'd just be Caleb Foster. Dion, how's your job going?
Beginning of the school year, everything's like a little up and down. One of the biggest issues we've had is we can't find any uniforms for our girls' sports teams.
Mm, that's a difficult thing to find a solution for. I know damn well all about that because I got a daughter that just turned 2. She's into sports and she's already outgrowing every little piece of sports apparel she had. Thankfully, I know Clara Kate Creations. Clara Kate Creations was started by a former high school teacher who quit because it wasn't cost effective to send new twins and a 2-year-old to daycare. She found it easier to make girls' sports apparel than finding it to buy. And I am so thankful that she exists because if we have an old shirt of Murph's that she's outgrown, we can send it in and she takes that piece of apparel that means something and upcycles it into an outfit that Murphy can now wear as she grows up. She makes great stuff. It's honestly kind of like your fullback's wife, Kyle Juszczyk. Is that how you say it? She does that. But honestly, I think Clara Kate's coming for Mrs. Juszczyk's job.
I love that. I'm a big Juice guy. Love his wife. Love Claire Kate even more than both of them, though.
You can send in your own custom ideas and she will come up with a design. She's just the best. Look up Clara Kate Creations on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and more. Next up, who is UConn's fifth starter? Trotter's contenders are Braylon Mullins or Jalen Stewart. He assumes the Demery Ball, Caravan, and Terrace Reed are the other 4 starters. So basically, who is in between them?
Mullins, the shooting's too good to keep Mullins off the court if you add it to that lineup. Like, I don't know how you stop them.
I'm going unorthodox here, but it's something I've said repeatedly in the offseason. I think it's going to be neither, and they're going to go with a very unconventional lineup. Malachi Smith at point, Demery at the 2, Solo ball at the three, Caravan at the four, Terrace Reed at the five.
I mean, honestly, any lineup you come up with for UConn, I feel like I'm gonna love. Like that team
Yeah.
is incredibly well built.
That one, more than any other one on the list, doesn't matter who wins. UConn's
Yeah.
still going to be really good. Baylor is next, and the question was who is Baylor's number one scoring option? So, not a positional battle, just who's their number one option. The contenders from Trotter are Obi Agbim, the Wyoming transfer, Tunde Yesifu, the five-star freshman, or Michael Rataj, an Oregon State transfer.
I'm gonna go with Tunde. I'm fascinated by Tunde. It's probably the wrong answer, but that's the side of it I want to be on.
Me too. I think for Baylor's sake, you better hope it's Tunde.
Yeah.
And if it's not, I think you are really worried about this team. But he gets Anthony Edwards comps for a reason. I'm going Tunde. Indiana's next. This is fun. Will they go big or small? And Trotter's contenders are Sam Alexis if they go big, or Connor Enright if they go small. The other four starters in Trotter's mind: Connorway, Lamar Wilkerson, Tucker DeVries, and Reed Bailey.
I
There
think
could
you
be
could.
other, I don't know, creative answers here. Trent Sisley could crack it, but I don't think that's the plan. I think Enright is the presumed winner here because DeVries seems to love him.
Yeah, I think Enright's the presumed winner. I think the better lineup is with Alexis though, because I think you already have a ton, like you have enough shooting and spacing on the floor to make it work if you go big, and I think your defense gets better.
I'm gonna guess that Enright wins, and it's bad for Indiana that he wins. But if Alexis is good, hopefully it's just Alexis. Two more here. Next up is Arkansas. Who's their starting center? Nick Pringle or Malik Ewan?
Pringle. I like Pringle's game.
I pray that it's Pringle. I think it's going to be Pringle. I'm buying stock, and I think it's Pringle. Lastly, which guard emerges for St. John's? The contenders: Ozziah Sellers, Jason Sanoan, Kelvin Ode, and Dylan Darling. The four starters are presumed to be Ian Jackson, Dylan Mitchell, Bryce Hopkins, and Zuby Ejiofor. So it's basically who's in the backcourt with Ian Jackson.
It's got to be Sellers because of shooting. There's not enough shooting on the court without Sellers being out there. For Sainon's sake, I hope it's him because he transferred there. He's a high level recruit, but I think it has to be Sellers.
It could also be Dylan Darling, who's the most point guardy of these guys. I'm actually going to say it's Darling because I think Ian Jackson point guard experiment is not going to go well, and they're going to turn to a more traditional point and bring the shooters off the bench.